So what we have here, folks, is an 18 by 24 inch canvas, and it's in portrait mode today. I've tinted this with a little bit of acrylic colour, a grey green colour made from blue and brown and a lot of white. Thrown it on there, and I've sketched in a little bit of what we're going to paint today. Allowed that to dry absolutely completely. Once it's completely dry, I'm going to take a little bit of titanium white and linseed oil, about 50-50 mixed, and just throw that up here in a very, very thin form so we can blend the sky. I want this part to remain nice and dry. We're going to paint Robin Hood's Bay, a beautiful place not too far from where I live on the coast, and it's absolutely stunning. A few little houses there, little bit of a cove, going to be wonderful, some stones and the beach and all that lot. So while I get the sky up in place, you hit that like button and subscribe. Happy days. With the white in play, all on there, that medium that we put up there of titanium white and a little touch of linseed oil, we can hit the sky. And all I'm doing is putting in a little bit of a purpley grey colour. Okay, don't worry about these streaks. We're going to tease them out with a big dry brush at some point. Obviously, we want to be paler towards the horizon than what we need to be up here in the top of the sky. So let's just throw some of this in and tease it all away. So with the sky all complete, I'm not going to put any clouds up there. I don't want it to be a dingy, dark, cloudy kind of painting. I want it nice and open, if that makes any sense. But what I will draw your attention to is, if you can see up here in the sky, we have got various lines that are leading down towards the horizon in various colours. You know, I've touched a little bit of the magenta, a little bit of the Prussian blue, and of course the greys and the whites that we've thrown up there as well. And of course that'll lead your eye down into the painting. Anyway, let's paint some of this rock work. So what I've got is a little bit of stony colour, because there's some stones up here on the cliff edge. And what this stony colour is made of is Naples yellow, a little bit of yellow ochre, and into some white, and every now and again a touch of the burnt umber. And we'll just throw that in there. And if we need to darken it off, we'll add a bit of the Van Dyke brown, and if we want to lighten it up, we'll pale it off with a little bit more of the Naples yellow into a little bit of white. We'll just throw this in. I'm losing as we always do. We'll lose our sketch. But there's some rocks there, and of course there's some of this colour around here as well, and obviously the beach is a similar colour. I think Naples yellow is quite a good colour for your sand and things like that. I've got my cliff face colour, the stonework all in, and I'm just going to put some greens up here. Okay, there's a lot of trees and shrubs and all sorts just clinging to the cliff side. So I'm just going to put some base colours in. Now, down here, we're going to have some houses that overlook this beautiful bay. Actually, this picture is a kind of a commission piece. Well, it is a commission piece for somebody. They contacted me, they sent me a picture, and I said, yes, I could paint that for them, absolutely. So I'll show you the picture on the screen now. So it's going to look something similar to that you can see on the screen. But obviously, what happens on canvas is not necessarily a photograph. So it's subject to change, but not completely different. Putting in some trees. So this nice rounded brush, it's soft. Again, we've got this base colour under there, and the canvas is tinted as well. So we're just going to put lots of individual little trees. Now, every time you dive into the palette, pick up a different colour. Okay, trees are all colours, and I know they're all shapes as well, so we will put a few different shaped ones in every now and again. Okay, a fan brush is very, very versatile. You can just tap on a little bit of dark colour and just mush that in any way you want your trees to be, and then just flip it over with a bit of light colour and just tap in a little bit of highlight there, just like that, and it blends them together. Okay, just like that. Every time you hit the palette, different colours. So let's just get some of this colour in. And if you ever want to know how to paint a beach, or how I've painted one of my beaches, just watch this video up in the top corner. Much more of the blue into that grey colour. It's the same colour that we made the sky with, really. And again, just mix it up then when we hit this with some lighter colours. for, you know, like the waves, the crashing waves, then it'll show a little bit better. Okay, and I don't know if you can see this sneaky little thing that I've done down on the beach. Basically, I pulled the sand colours down and then just gently going across, and then when we paint something over the top, it'll look like reflections, wet sand. Putting some foam on this wave. It's not a massive wave, it's not like a tidal wave or anything like that. You couldn't surf on it. It's probably only a foot tall or something like that, but I'll just stipple in some of that colour. Of course, it wants to be wider here than it does around this corner, so obviously make it a little bit wider there. Okay, maybe there's a bit of a break in the wave there, and then just because it's wet paint underneath there, we could just like sort of like feather it back, tease it back. Okay, just like so, and that will create the breaking of a wave. Right, dark colours. Okay, it's just burnt umber and blue into white and whatever else we've got going on the palette. Okay, and then we'll just sneak underneath the wave and then just add a little bit of a shadow there. Right, so obviously you can see more of the shadow closer to us where we're going to be stood there, but less of the shadow around this corner. And think of a trough like that. It's not really an arbor, is it? It's just the seawall. Okay, and I'm using a soft brush. It's an old acrylic painting brush, and a little bit of the greys and sand colour and the stone colour, so it all ties in. It's all pretty much similar, but obviously you've got to make some differences, or else it'll just look like one big massive blur of colour. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm pulling straight down, and I'm only virtually tickling the canvas. Okay, with it being a soft brush, you're not going to make much headway with it. Okay, and then if you pull straight down, what you can do, I'm just going to grab a little bit more white into that, and I'll just demonstrate here. Okay, if you touch on and pull to the side now, so you're getting basically the direction of a big step, if that makes sense. A big step. Okay, and of course I'll tinker with this and highlight where it needs highlighting. There's some railings on this lot, and I still haven't forgot the houses, guys. There's a house here. Let's put in a little so you can see where one of the houses is. Okay. So there's a lot of houses up here on the cliff side, but I'm not going to put them all in, or we'll just have a nice beautiful hillside covered in little tiny houses. So I'm just going to select a few and pop them in there. Artistic license, we can do that, can't we? And I'm just using a very pale blue colour. Just put my finger somewhere where it's not going to blur anything too drastic, and we'll just put in a few of these houses. They're almost on top of each other, so again, just a little sketch. Thin blue paint, looks almost white, and some of these houses are white and or painted white, which we'll paint in a blue colour. Some of the greens will mix in as well underneath that, so to counteract that, we might put a little bit of orange in there or something like that, just to brown it off a little bit. Okay, so again, we'll just sketch out some of these, and is there another one? Yes, we'll put another one. That's going to be the roof of another one just here, and then we can work from that. Down we go. There we go. Just a couple of little houses dotted around. I want to put a little bit of a boat down here as well. And again, if you want to watch a boat video of our paint boats, there's a short one just coming on your screen now. I'm going to just sketch it in. Okay, same dark colour. We can always blend it into the sand if we don't like it. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of something there like so. The best way I ever learned how to draw a boat was in a figure 8. Okay, but that's out at sea. Maybe it comes up there like that, like a big footprint, yeah. Okay, and then we'll put a little bit of something there and carve Dab it in and down like that. What colour bolt shall we have? Well, I think we'll carry on with the purple on the inside. We'll probably make it a pale colour. Red, perhaps, I don't know. Pale red, I don't know. Anyway, we'll just pop this bolt in there. We'll obviously shade it with a bit of black, bit of blue, like that. There, it'll stand out a little bit better. And then we'll just merge this into the sand. And then we can work on the rocks. Happy days. You know, I'll just show you a couple of stones. In fact, we'll have a little bit of another something there. Just jiggle and wiggle the brush, because these are unnatural stones. I think they've been mined out of a mountainside and just dumped on the beach to stop the beach from eroding away and things like that. Okay, so we've got a couple of colours down there. Okay, like a pre-highlight colour. Okay, let's grab another brush. Okay, this one will do, and I'm going to get a shadowy colour, a darker colour, so it's like a bit more purple into this colour, bluey purpley colour. And I'm just going to scrub on the underside where I think the shadow will live. Okay, and we'll just go down and try and tie the two colours together. Okay, like so. Maybe a little bit of something around there. Pick up some more of this paint. This brush is really worn out, but worn out brushes do make for good texture. Anyway, it comes down there like that, and do one at a time really, and then layer your rocks on top of each other like that. Okay, and then let's take the palette knife and we're going to go into a bit of white, a bit of yellow, and whatever dirty colours we get off the palette. Okay, just where the sunlight's going to zing, so zing straight off, and I'm going to just touch and just let that bounce across there like so, like that, like a little mountain. Highlight very gently there, and maybe a bit more there like that. I like the palette knife. It gives it a lot more definition than just brushing, than just brush work. Bluey black, bluey blacky brown. Okay, and we'll just take that, we'll tease that together very gently, very gently. So there's several layers of colour on there now, which will make a nice stone. When you've got your palette knife cleaned, you can just very carefully, make sure it is clean, very carefully just graze the canvas and set it all in. Yeah, like that. And that easy. We have got a nice stone. Hold your breath time. Like that. So let's just continue and do the whole lot, and then we'll put some grasses in and we'll nearly have a finished paint. It's down on the easel down there, and just pull out some grasses, all colours, all directions, but at the sides I want it facing in, so I go in and I go in, so we're looking into the picture, if that makes sense. It's hold your breath time and paint in a couple of seagulls up in the sky, and that's it. We've got it. Robin Hood's Bay completed. If you've enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, become a member, leave me a comment and all that lot. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay safe, happy days, I see you.